P250s can do a lot of work here. Dinacroft is aware of the possibility. I think they must have heard something because they just paused. So they find 2 SSB. Are they ready for the rest of the squad to walk around this corner? So slow on their approach. They might get caught off. Going a little bit too soon on the shots. Not connecting. Those HEs should do the job. Yeah, a double dunk. And Avo with the USP sits in the smoke. She might be able to push through and catch somebody off guard. If she's lucky, TNG's holding for it, so no, not going to be the case.
Yeah, nice and easy. Just the eco coming out for South Africa. They want the guns ASAP. It's good that they got that much space in towards top middle, though. I think that's the most important thing, because if you're Tunisia, you've now got to sort of address this. The fact that South Africa have already just shown the conditioning really early is a very good thing, because it means that Tunisia now needs to be acutely aware of it. And if you're South Africa, you can try pushing it every now and then. We have seen aggressive tendencies now come out for this CT side, now that the box has been introduced onto D2. Fight for long with the util, with the guns. This is more what we expect. 2 entries early.
Yeah, and fighting long has been really hard for Tunisia, I feel. They're going to need the good spawns, and their utility is going to need to be spot on. But you know South Africa are going to lock that down every single time. And if you don't have that control, if you're forced to go short every single round, South Africa's just going to funnel you into a choke point.
Hot take, I wouldn't even go for long, at least in the early stages of the round. Because if you're being just demolished like that, then it's going to be brutal just taking it. I'd prefer like taking tunnels, taking halls, taking middle, and then going in towards long, rather than losing all your players. Avo just gets 2 kills immediately, and she wants to hype up the team.
Yeah, that's great from South Africa. You get the 2 out towards long for free, no casualties at all. Avo gets boosted over their own smoke in short, which is there to deny info. She then is on an elevated position to catch the jump up to Xbox, trades her teammates, gets a beautiful triple kill to get things started for South Africa. They're on the board for real this time.
Great sequence from Avo. Yeah, I prefer this. But look at KC. Look at how aggressive this is. This is what South Africa are going to do every single round. They're just going to vary the tone and the tempo of their aggression. There's Lazy being caught off guard, and KC is out of tons.
The smoke's actually not giving her enough space. Okay, she does manage to escape the situation just about. Now the swing from short. Good shot, but Avo able to get that trade. Keeps the advantage there for South Africa.
That was like long.
I'm looking at the space on this minimap. I feel like this is how it's going to look for Tunisia a lot. South Africa are going to be fighting for this control.
Yeah, I mean, look, Casey pushed tunnels, and then you got Avo. That, look at where the kill is on Psy, like all the way deep in spawn. And you are, as you sort of foretold, Lucy, it's going to be like instantaneous on these aggressive hits. Like we saw that Avo started pushing long immediately after Casey got the opening kill and fell back out of middle. You're in a 3-on-4. It is still perfectly feasible to kind of string this round together if you're Tunisia. I wouldn't mind mid to B smoke. You then just take the space up short. I was going to say with Dinacroft's lurk, but Dinacroft's now been very loud about the fact that she is long.
Trade's good. Now it's the bomb spotted. And this now relies on Dinacroft. She needs to be more active. She can't just sit at the back of blue. There's 30 seconds left. Her teammate's fighting all by herself. Gets the kill though. Spots another. Now the support comes. She starts to rotate, running very quickly from long. Needs to be able to provide that cross. Both players for the CT side are kind of stuck in CT. So actually, this bomb will be allowed to be planted. And you got to progress up. It's going to be difficult. There's Dinacroft. Comes in just as she's needed to close.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they just weren't expecting Dinacroft in long, though. Because it does look like that South Africa were just so convinced that it was going to be a short plant and then another short player, because Dinacroft was so late on her rotate to long in the first instance. And that's because she smoked herself off in long. So even though we were critical about it, it works anyway, I guess. Tita 7-1 as well.
Aggressive fight towards top middle. TNG lighting up a double. smoke to veil the other two, but they're not going to be too worried about sticking around. They want to take the space. IHS's Deagle doesn't find connection, and now Lazy on the lurk gets hers. This is looking good for Tunisia.
Yeah,
decisive.
Oh, she timed out.
Well, Megs will take the freebie.
And that's all it should be. 9 HP, no armor. You back out of there, you save the AK. Unfortunate for Lazy, but it doesn't affect the grand scheme of things. Tunisia will get another round here. This is 4 on the T side already. I know D2's a T-sided map. However, I do think it's becoming a lot more 50-50, especially with the short boost sort of change with the boxes. The fact they've been able to deal with the aggression, and it's one gun round that's broken the entire economy for South Africa. Megs can drop an AWP in theory to 2SSB if she wants it. However, I think with the game planning, I think they're just going to stick with rifles.
Yeah, I feel like just be... I mean, you might just do it just because you can afford it anyway, but yeah, it doesn't look like it will happen. No, so they will stick to the 5 rifles. Is Lazy good? Yeah, she's bought, so it must have just been a temporary issue. She's not too bothered. We do have the AWP on that T side, saw that purchased. So that is in play. Yeah, there we go. Also into bedroom, denies access, and this is where I want to see what Tunisia do now, because they don't get long, which is where they wanted to go. Are they going to retake it?
This is interesting as well. Variation for South Africa, they put a smoke in towards top mid, they put a molly just on the right-hand side, and have not put personnel there. Instead, they've just used util, and they're just keeping Tunisia back. And they've still got 2 smokes just for the rest of the round. Avo in the corner, Lazy needs to clear.
Avo communicating a lot from that position.
Oh, that's deep. Casey can work with this.
Yeah, it's actually given her a lot of space. She's more than happy to sit in front of this. Dinnikrov's aware of that position, but head down, not spotted. Now she sees something. Damage goes both ways. Casey just trying to stay alive. Utility hounding her, and Lazy catches out Avo at long. This now gives them the pathway through. IHS needs to step up, and she does so with style. A triple kill. Flashbang forward doesn't affect TNG. Goes a little deep. The flick, though, doesn't connect. Megs and Casey both combine. Leaves it to Tita. 1 versus 1. Has the bomb. Drops her AK. Wanted to pick up one on the floor. It didn't automatically go into her hands. No, the AWP, in fact.
Oh my gosh,
what's
she
doing?
Going on?
Juggling weapons away. Very loud about it. Oh no, she's stuck in the basket. Ah, that just felt like the pressure got to her.
Yeah. That's unfortunate, to be completely honest. I'm not sure what the intention was there. Maybe just juggle the AWP away to make sure that South Africa couldn't have it, but...
I think she was just indecisive about how she wanted to play there.
Absolutely, and she got just stuck on the box. Shout out Casey and Megs, because they recover that round completely for South Africa. It's actually Avo that overextends in towards long. It's what Tunisia were doing against Egypt as well, just playing passive, waiting for this aggression. They're really good at reacting. And for South Africa...
Oh, it's a fake molly so they can push in.
It's nice.
Avo gets first contact. Now that trade should come through as they push. Yeah, Megs gets 1. Lazy still known in the lowers. But that means long was completely clear, and you can see Tunisia have taken that space with glee.
Yeah, you got to reset here if you're IHS and 2SSB. They've got no flashes to stop this progression either. The smoke's over. Casey's dealt with the mid-lurk. Now it's one-dimensional, but South Africa got no info.
No space either. Good HEs put IHS back on the back foot. Flash over the top. Molotov does force the AWP out. TNG misses the shot under pressure. She gets run down. And Sai, it all falls to her. Oh, what a shot from Casey.
And that retake is just immediate. And look at how decisive it was as well for South Africa. Molly forward, flash over the top. 2 players scaling in from short. 1 goes in from CT. It is just incredibly decisive. And that's the difference. And that's why South Africa for me, have always been the favourites coming into Casablanca because it is the decision-making in the midst of the moment, in the heat of it as well. It is almost always immediate. That's exactly what they needed. Tunisia could not get comfortable in that afterplant. Not to mention the shots.
Even with the bomb plant, 0 loss bonus. This is funky. TNG's gone for a hero Galil. You got a couple of pistols around her. There's a MAC-10. This feels like they're not on the same page into this round. With Avo finding that kill to TNG, this one's going to get mocked up, and they're going to have really a weird financial situation.
Yeah, this is the pressure. We saw it out of Tita in that 1v1. Now we're seeing it here in the bye. This is the pressure really getting to Tunisia. And Avo, always in control at long, will find Lazy. A flawless round here or thereabouts would be brilliant here for South Africa, but Tita tucked in the corner. Casey might be her next victim.
This actually be a good way to catch a player out. You can see Tita's really holding for this push, which I think is going to come to her. How thorough is Casey? Oh. How are you supposed to deal with that, with the Tech 9? An accidental jump, and then she just AD spams around the corner. We are all tied up.
And 4 alive is brilliant. As we're saying, look at the economy now. It's boosted. Casey could even drop an AWP to SSB if she falls in the next round. I think even with the loss bonus anyway, South Africa will have a good showing. Despite Tunisia going MAC-10 Tech 9, they have got the Galils in with the AKs. They have got a little bit of utility to sort of support the buy in round 9. But it feels like definitely the control of the game has been handed to South Africa. It's up to Tunisia to wrestle that back.
Yeah, when you consider, 3 of their lost rounds was the pistol and 2 ecos, right? So the gun rounds, the bulk of them have gone the way of South Africa. It's just the economy wasn't there early on. Now we're going to see a bit more presence towards B. Megs might finally get tested early on. Macy really needs to sort out her scroll wheel.
This is the same default we've been seeing out of South Africa quite a lot. Rather than actually starting someone aggressive, this time Casey steps back in towards mid, and then you're going to have probably IESF into SSB, maybe pushing the issue on short. Casey falls back, but it's Megs still finding success. Casey chimes in with one as well. And now you're going into the short setup.
Yes, Megs just winning the fight out in towards the halls. IESF ready for a fight. And you got 2 players in middle. Tunisia, no space. Avo pushes long. The walls are closing in. The lines at the door. Oh, head revealed. Looking for that tap. Just as B creeps in with the AWP. Actually misses her shot. Lazy able to capitalize on that aggression, but it doesn't matter. It's still South Africa coming out ahead.
I actually really like that from Tunisia. They go, okay, we know you're going to be pushing. Come get us. Come fight us. And they're able to still try and make a round out of it. Lazy catches off Avo, but it's Casey that steps up once more. There she is, shining in the server. 10 kills to her name. And now you're in this weird position where you're Tunisia, where you've got the consistency of not being able to put the bomb down, which means you're going to be having Tech 9s in this next round. Then it's going to be 8Ks, it's going to be Tech 9s. You fall out of a rhythm. And South Africa can now build potentially to 8 rounds in this first half.
Still going to keep buying, I guess, Tunisia at this stage. They can get out, Galil's AK, but
I don't like this, though, because you're sacrificing like later AWPs down the line. You're sacrificing Psy being on a MAC-10 in this one. I don't know.
Yeah, she's kept extra money. She did repurchased after having an AK to start with, so maybe there is some of the extra money for an AWP.
This is cool. So now they've dropped the same top mid, top molly, and now it's Casey and IESF just behind all the util.
Yeah, creeping forward. Got a player holding lowers for them as well in Avo. She's actually the one that takes first contact. Now the swing comes. Casey ready for the fight. Traded out, but they do lose out players everywhere else. Avo, a double. And Sai, who was towards bedroom, has really not got much to do now because all she has is the MAC-10. Her team devastated by this aggressive setup. Megs is in T-spawn. The bomb firmly in South Africa's control. This is about to be that 6th. And it feels like that shift happened at about round 5, round 6, and it's just been South Africa since then.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. To be honest, it's really cool just seeing the amount of aggression out of South Africa, but there's a lot of different variants to it. Like in this round, for example, you've got IHS, even with the drop-off, with the sound cue baiting Casey in, and you've got Avo, who normally starts long, normally fights for that space, just kind of linking up with them, going through short, then fighting lowers. It's targeted aggression that is working in such close proximity, so you can always guarantee these trades. It's really cool to see from South Africa.
A lot of conversations between 2SSB and Avo. I feel like the two of them probably have a lot of different ideas that they can bring to the table.
Where'd you aggress now if you're South Africa?
Thanks for that, Megs.
You've gone B, you've gone top mid, you've gone long. Like, what's the answer now? Where do you feel like going next?
Tunisia are going to go towards B. Casey's already in lowers. But Megs is the only one on site itself. Problem is, Tunisia have to spend so much resource just clearing out this middle section of the map, which South Africa have just decided they're going to plant their flag and say middle is ours, deal with it.
It's interesting. So they drop the tunnel smoke and they're going to try and wait. Sai overwhelms Casey. You know that there's always a player pushing mid for South Africa, and now you try and overwhelm Megs.
Yeah, Megs is alone at the back. Doesn't seem to matter. Still standing, making it difficult. There's no Molotov to flush her out. That utility that they don't have because of the continual reinvestment means that they can't deal with Megs. She can just duck her head down and be a nuisance, and it's forced Tunisia to reset. 2SSB has them locked out if they want to cross through this door.
Wow. It just gets worse. And this is the thing, you can come in with all these game plans. It looks like Tunisia had a methodical approach for every single one of their opponents so far, but you're going up against just the disruptors in South Africa. And they will do whatever they want, and you have to come up with an on-the-fly solution. Maybe it's this fight in mid. Dina Croft, accompanied with Sai's flash, is enough, but 2SSB and Megs, the crossfire holds strong, and Sai is so low from that HE put forward in towards lower. And the bomb's been dropped. 2SSB even goes with the pistol. It's too easy for South Africa.
Too easy for Megs. That's really all her that round, right? First up is the one that keeps them out of B. She was the only one on site. Everyone else was posted in towards middle, and I think a player over towards A, right? So if Megs falls at all, they can get into that bomb site. And then on that regress into middle, the flash play is great from Tunisia. They get that first kill for free. 2SSB is forced to fall back to CT. Megs goes up to window, provides that crossfire, so there's no trade potential in the 2SSB. She hits her shot. The players traded out. Megs with 2 critical kills.
Fake Molly again.
Yeah, they want to push more. Megs not done with the action. Does fall, but there's that second part of it. Casey gets 2, drops the bomb. Calming that over. Not quite sure where they're going to be coming from, but the smoke into T spawn is going to make this all the more difficult. And now the rest of her team can come support her.
Yeah, the sound cue. Okay, well, one's in spawn. Okay, says IHS and Avo will just run through long and grab this kill. That'll come forward in the next few seconds. Dina Croft on an island needs to fight her way out of it and can't. So Lazy left alone. It's going to be 8-4 for South Africa, no doubt.
Yeah. Little slow start to things.
Especially after replaying the pistol.
Yeah, right. This could have been even more one-sided. 9 or 10-2 of potential. Or 9-3. Instead, it is 8-4 South Africa with a CT lockout.
Yeah, that's 7 in a row for South Africa as well. Just looking incredibly strong on the CT side. You now move over to the attack, and it's going to be them that is just going to be aggressive. They don't care if Tunisia is going to push, and we haven't really seen sort of that style of play either from Tunisia on that CT side. I think they're going to give a lot of respect over to South Africa, and that's going to be punishing.
Yeah, I think the T side is really where South Africa do so much of their work. going to be really hard to deal with their game plan, their approach. They have the spawns for long.
Oh, no.
This round's going to be reset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
much
cancelled.
typing. What is it with this game and pistols?
We'll get that one rerun. It looks like all of Tunisia just paused.
Not ideal. There we go. Match medicked.
Yeah, so does that actually reset the spawns?
It restores it, so everyone's in the same spot.
I wonder if we'll see the same game plan come through.
Probably. Everyone's bought from Tunisia apart from Tita, which now makes me concerned there might be a bigger issue at hand.
No one's behind any of the players, so admin's kind of loitering, doing the little admin thing where they poke and prod and
Tita's bought as well, so I think we're good.
they pull out rams and stick in USBs, licking capacitors.
Please stop.
That's what admins do.
Yeah.
Off again.
We all look
Alright,
okay. And it is the
same game plan. Out towards long. 2 players through short, so it's going to be a split onto A.
That's a really cool flash, the one that gets like deep short. So it actually acts as a scaling flash for long. Jump, offsets the crosshair, and Avo finds both. Avo's been brilliant.
Yeah, always good. The first kill she got there was so clean. Megs helps her out with the second just by offsetting the players. Bomb down, 4 on 3. There is a kit. IESF has got information on 2 though. In fact, all of the CTs progressing through their spawn. IESF takes down another. She might not be done yet. Having a little poke on through. A gush under Lazy. Now Casey's going to swing through. Tita gets one. Lazy as well. Oh, suddenly it's the 1-on-1. Oh my god, how has that happened?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think Tita's got enough time as well. It looked like
that was the kit.
Yeah. How she won that? South Africa get cocky. They drop in towards CT spawn with the Glocks.
2-on-4.
And they just lose.
There was a gush onto Lazy. That's crazy. I don't even hate the way that Casey played there, dropping into middle to get that kill on the Lazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
The problem was the other players dropping down.
Even in the 1v1, I hate Jess just doesn't need to peek in that instance.
That's true, actually. She knows that last player is in CT, right?
Yeah, don't need to do it.
Feels she can lock it in, but in the 1v1 time.
So this is 8-5 with both pistols going to Tunisia.
Well, of course they're going to buy. Bomb plant secured. We have the classic Psy P90.
Amazing.
Put your hand up if you're a hater. You'll never know if we put our hands up or not.
I did.
We both did. So actually you will know. We're haters. Especially on this map. Couldn't think of a worse map to buy it on.
Where's she even playing with it?
Long.
Okay, great.
Wait, no, sorry, no, she's not. That's not true. Short. There's no good place to play with it.
This feels like you're dropping utility mid to B. You might not go mid to B. No, you want to go mid to B. Fair enough.
All right, well, there's only one player on B. Tita, you got a lot on your plate right now. We'll ding through the smoke. We'll do some damage. And, yeah, all the CTs just don't have any space. Now they can just overwhelm. Tita's alone. She's not going to have the bullets to deal with them. Overwhelmed. Thought Megs would have had that one, but at least Avo's there to trade. Bomb to be planted. IESF with the forward position, able to clean up. The P90 somehow gets one.
Go on, get more. Get more.
Prove us wrong.
Go around the corner. Where the flashbang helping out? There it is, deployed by Psy.
It's going to go too deep. Too deep. 2 SSBs in front of it. She gets a double. Lazy. 1 versus 3. We'll catch off 1, but can't get the follow-up. 2 SSB with 3 on the bomb site. And the force buy. Even worse news for Tunisia, having won the pistol.
Yeah, that's kind of worst case scenario now because you have to invest in now if you're Tunisia. South Africa win this, that'll force the eco, and you're already, staring down the barrel of 11 rounds here. So maybe it was tactical genius. However, it definitely was a little bit of a blunder from South Africa. You're at this point where they're going to be dominant. They're going to be just sort of going wherever they want. And I'm interested to see what the response is for Tunisia. B spawns, let's go B, says Avo.
Yeah, why not? May as well just
Oh,
place one
lower
of those.
push.
Everyone's here.
Oh, they ecoed.
It's an eco lower push, and it gets mauled. Megs eco farming with a 3-piece on that Mac 10. Swaps now to the M4. They'll be very happy with how that one played out.
Controversial, I don't like that eco there. Because you won pistol, you then lost the follow-up. You're on first stage loss bonus.
They're going to have what?
Famouses,
3.5
MP9s,
here?
like
Yeah.
nothing.
Can't even really buy a P90 comfortably. Are they like 2,300 or something?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. 2350 maybe? I
That
don't
sounds like
know.
the right number.
It's in that realm.
But surely it's not more than a FAMAS.
I think it is.
Maybe it's like 2150. I'm going to look it up.
It's more than a FAMAS, I think.
Who actually has it in their loadout? Like, it's literally
Sai.
objectively the worst.
Yeah, look at this, by the
SMG.
way. So we've got a half buy on some players, and then other players have got FAMASes.
Yes, the thing. You're completely screwed.
They're already in short. They're just going to exec and go.
TNG's buying for the next round, so you're already kind of conceding that 11th.
But this is what was happening in that first half as well, where you had half the Tunisia players buy in and half of them not. It feels a little bit muddled. Maybe the FAMAS can do something though. Sai on the angle, but she's just being dinked down. It's I Hate Jess and Avo that combine, and suddenly South Africa are in A.
Yeah, just force their way in. Easily handled. And that's going to be an 11th for South Africa. And you were right, Brandon. 2350.
Nice.
It is too much, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, why is it so expensive?
It's because it got nerfed ages ago, because people used to use it all the time in Go, and then like it got its kill
That's
reward
just-
reduced.
Yeah, the Kuro is one thing. It shouldn't be more expensive than a FAMAS.
No, it shouldn't. You're right.
That's crazy.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. No one's buying it.
MP9s, AWP out for TNG. Tunisia, I think, struggling. I think the pressure has definitely got to them here in map 1. This is with both pistol rounds. Both pistols, and they're losing 11-5.
4 MP9s and an AWP. They're just not on the same page. TNG, this round is yours. It has to be.
Oh, yeah. I like this push out Tunisia if they go in towards B, but they don't. They need info.
Okay, well, TNG needs to get to A. The new boxes will allow her to get up there.
Here's that push, and that's the confirmation. 4 players now going to reroute over here. MP9's up close!
Casey.
And Casey just jumps into the fight.
That's kind of crazy. Avo is going to try and clear forward to give them something to work with.
Crazy.
They need the space. 2SSB posted with the AWP as well. Bomb not down. They're not feeling comfortable to plant it. Where even is it?
It's in short.
Oh, that's the issue. Yeah. Okay, especially with TNG falling. Smoke will allow them to pick up the bomb.
Maybe a boost on the box. That could be quite fun.
Spam does a bit.
Yeah, they are doing this. I like this a lot. This can get Avo back in the fight. 2SSB needs to run away, needs to make the noise for Avo.
Oh, Avo.
This is very one and done.
She needs to get a multi here, and it's a position where getting a multi is impossible. Even one, too hard. Sai prepared for it. A play that they'd shown earlier. 1v5 for 2SSB. Bomb planted, and they're all going to be coming from the same area. Doesn't matter if you don't hit the first, though. 4 MP9s and an AWP. South Africa lose for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, Casey jumping just in the open on short.
Why is the bomb going with the short
I
players?
don't know. That's the main issue. It shouldn't be.
If that's 3v5 with the bomb, they've got full site control.
Yeah, it's
they
better.
win that round, probably.
Well,
They have an AWP. They have
yeah.
two players with utility that can post up, lock out angles.
it's just a waste.
What is that?
I feel like she's like messing up a scroll wheel or something.
I think it must be, because we've seen a few times like accidental jumps from her. I think her mouse is like, she's just scroll wheel jumping accidentally.
I think so. Double AWP. Lazy's got the second here for Tunisia. 2SSB has brought another one out for herself. This is a lot more. This is a classic default round on Dust 2. You take lower, you go in towards mid, you then fight for catwalk, and then you decide where you want to go after that.
Yeah, this
Find
is
out where 3 players are. And you go to the
literally
places
how
to
every
two.
Dust 2 game goes.
Better flash. Sai doesn't care. Oh, much better out of Sai. 2 entries again on short.
See how good the M4 is, Sai? P90 could never. Great start for Tunisia.
A lot of util dumped in towards short here.
Gonna funnel them towards B. Tita lies in wait. Lazy with the secondary AWP. Didn't know that there's 2 in play, in fact.
They don't know about the second AWP yet, South Africa. Good timing on this re-molly out of Dina Croft. Here's Lazy with that second sniper, just holding the cross out of lower.
I think that she should maybe move.
Go B.
Yeah, because you've got 2 players in short. You don't need to worry about that cross.
They're too invested in it.
They need
now Tita's isolated.
Yeah, they need to get a player from short to watch mid so that she can rotate. She's going to rotate, but it's too late. It's too late. Can she get anything? No. Forced off the line. The player on site fell without anything. Bomb being planted. 3-on-3. Casey's low. And all the utility has been expended almost on both sides.
Look at Dina Croft, though. Dina Croft could win this whole play with the push in through tunnels. No one's exposed to it right now. Casey's giving it cursory glances, but that's a big kill. Meg's removed over at the boxes, and suddenly 2SSB thrown in another clutch. They overwhelm. It's Tunisia being prevalent here on the retake.
Yeah, that was well played. Despite kind of losing the site initially, the retake is good. They don't get too flustered, don't try and overwhelm, take their time, allow that push from Dina Croft to come in. Not even necessary in the end because they win the fight on Megs. Again, I do feel like that's the situation where the T's are a little overeager to go for a fight there. I think Megs can play a bit more bait set up from that position. It's a tough call.
Yeah, I just think that they shot themselves in the foot as soon as they took the site because they didn't take tunnels after it. They didn't really have any space. They were already trapped, and they were relying a lot on these crossfires, and I think that that's why they kind of went for these fights.
You don't want the AWP to be playing around default, right? That's like the worst spot you can be with the AWP.
This is one final buy, and then Tunisia can break this eco here at South Africa.
It's just going to be long. That's the play. A little early on the smoke break. So TNG won't see anything.
This is fast scaling. And that Molly missed as well. In fact, Mollies are missing everywhere. Meg's just up and over. That's the AWP gone.
Yeah, demolishes that. Dina Croft's unknown. At Gandalf. Swings out, gets KC. 2SSB will get one back. In fact, make that 2. Deals to Dina Croft. Now it's a 4-on-2. Short just locked out. You do have this long push from Tita, but that's being accounted for.
Save. Please save. Your money is all out of whack. And Tita gets whacked by 2SSB. What a round from her. 3 in it. I mean, Sai can hold on to the M4 if she's even allowed to by South Africa. But you're looking at Tita with no money. You're looking at Dina Croft with no money.
Yeah, this is going to be map point on Tunisia's map pick, no less. There's something whereby 2 players can fully invest, so I can drop one, so...
TNG can AWP.
It's not the worst. Yeah, there's that AWP. It's not fantastic, but it's something.
It will do.
Yeah.
South Africa, I think, have just realised that you can just go 5 anywhere. And as long as you're trading, that's the main thing.
I mean, that's what Egypt were doing, right? Yeah. In a lot of their successful rounds. When it's slow, that's when Tunisia are able to get things going. Now they can just roll out long. Flashbang was good, but 2SSB able to bail out I Hate Jess. TNT's AWP does chime in. She has an open firing line for more. And she hits one. Avo drops. Casey crawling forward. Eventually they do overwhelm. But having lost those 2 players out long, TNG, it feels like 2 is not even enough. Lazy and Tita crawling out through the smoke. Tita somehow wins that fight. So now it's a 2-on-2. And there is a world. There is a way into this for Tunisia. Lazy needs to be that player to do it. Creeping forward through CT. 2SSB hasn't spotted her. And it's awkward. Can't win it. It's on to Meg. She can't find her shot. And that's a beautiful retake from Tita and Lazy.
They love over-aggressing in these situations, don't they, South Africa? Like, do you really need to be fighting that if you're 2SSB? You found 3 brilliant openers. I was really going to praise her and say the experience is shining through right when it matters most for South Africa. And then she's just wide-swinging into CT for, like, no reason. It's silly, and it happens on almost every single afterplan.
They're giving Tunisia a chance that Didn't look like they'd have after 2 entries towards long.
Yeah.
TNG only gets 2, so you've still got the player advantage. Bombs down. Everything's looking pretty good for them. Now Tunisia have actually a pretty similar buy because only 2 players survived.
It's actually crazy to me that South Africa are like letting Tunisia back into this game. Because I'm being honest with you, this scoreline does not reflect how dominant this game has been. This is Tunisia that winning just 2 pistols. One of those was a 2v4 that was just given on a silver platter to them. Then it's winning the eco, winning the follow-up. Like, that's how you get these rounds in. And then it's South Africa when they're in these afterplants, just completely overextending. It's completely allowing Tunisia in the map. There's been great moments from Tunisia, but it's been South Africa making these mistakes.
I think that's what we saw on day 1 for South Africa as well, right?
Yeah.
Some of the rounds that they were losing to Morocco, it's when they were feeling just a bit too
confident.
good. Yeah, too confident, just wanting to disrespect the opponent, which, you know, in some cases can be fine, but they were getting hard punished for it. It shouldn't still matter here, but this is likely to be a 3-round game. It's a half investment. Still fairly toothy. We've got MAC-10s and AK that's in play. So a little pop play onto B could be the answer, although 2 players lie in wait, so you're going to get past both. In fact, a 3rd rotate, South Africa going into the jaws of the beast, and Lazy, she bites hard. Tita gets hers as well. She's still present, still fighting. 2SSB does overwhelm her. Swaps the AK. Surely a 1v3 isn't how this ends. Dina Croft peeks around the angle. They line up, but Sai able to trade it. Almost South Africa, but Tunisia holds on.
That's a lot of damage economically done by 2SSB. That'll be really reflected in this buy here for Tunisia, but it's that P90. That P90 keeps them in it.
I mean, any gun would have helped them there.
No, it was the P90.
Hey, it does have a high fire rate. NT for 2SSB had the right read of the situation.
Oh, that's so close.
Yeah.
Back to a default. South Africa slow things down.
You know what? For all we said about 2SSB not being the key figure for South Africa, she has been. 21 kills. And this T side in particular. That's an opening, though. Parked up. This double layering ashore has been the modus operandi for Tunisia almost every round. So surely they're going to be prepared for it. Flashbang, good. Oh, Flashbang's brilliant. Avo devastates them. I Hate Jest kicks them to the curb. And this is looking more like we expected to end it. Clean, calm, collected Counter-Strike. South Africa just need these 2 final kills, make it 1. And Dust 2 will be theirs. The AWP 1 before it goes. But that's South Africa taking Tunisia's map pick.
Yeah, definitely not in the most convincing fashion if you're South Africa, but the important thing is that they got it over the line. I think Tunisia, they did show a lot of resilience, as they have done all throughout just sort of this competition, especially in Casablanca. But when the going gets tough, it's just an Avo pop flash play in towards short. They read into the setup, they got it.
Yeah, and this is what we kind of painted as Tunisia can be punished because their CT sides are very easy to know what's going on because they don't have a lot of variance. If something works for them, they're going to keep doing that setup, right? We saw it on Mirage, which is the next map. South Africa will have studied that. They'll have seen how they set up. Dusty, that short setup, yes, it worked great. In 2 rounds, in fact. One of them was because of an accidental scroll wheel jump, but that just means in that last round, they know that there's going to be 2 players there.
Also, it was just over-invested the entire time. Like, I feel like once you get that space in towards short, you get that opening kill, you can just leave it. You can just rotate away. Instead, it's just sort of always just having these 2 players in short and not doing anything after you've got the initial kill. And that's the ultimate undoing here of Tunisia. I think they showed some good CS, but it was South Africa. Despite this scoreline looking close, they were always in control.
Yeah, when you think about how they lost 2 pistols, right? One of them, unfortunate. The other one was overplaying, which is an issue that you kind of flagged, just getting over-aggressive. I think they lost, like, what, 3 rounds
3 or 4
maybe,
easily.
just from that sort of aggression, an unnecessary fight-taking alone. I think it actually worked pretty well on the CT side in a lot of these cases, but not always. But yeah, when you consider that the first 4 rounds that Tunisia got were kind of just based on the economy, they won 1 gun round, right?
Yeah.
That was ultimately what their CT side, the T side amounted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tunisia were kind of gifted a few of these CT rounds. South Africa should have had a more dominant scoreline, and I think that's something that if they are the team that qualifies to Riyadh, they're going to have a tough time against some of the stronger teams from like Europe and the like. But they were able to get away with it here.
What I will say as well, Tita was 8-1 at one stage. She ended the game, I think, 16-15. So that's a real drop-off in performance. I liked what we got out of Dina Croft. I think Sai had some important moments. But that's the thing. They're all moments, but they're not amounting to rounds in succession. That was the big thing. Being able to get rounds back-to-back, breaking the economy and stabilizing your own. Tunisia never had sort of control and say into what guns they could purchase.
Yeah, that's the thing. In fact, this entire map was very much built around that. Tunisia just kept forcing on that T side. And I think if they'd been a bit more disciplined with their economy, they could have had some more substantial buys. For instance, the round where they wanted to go B, it actually looked really good for them. If they had a Molotov, they could go back plat to where Megs was standing. She was the only one near that bomb site. That could have been their round, which could have been kind of the turning point for that T side. But unfortunately, a few of these small little misplays, that's what cost them. And South Africa wasn't perfect, but it was a win.
It was. And now you go to Mirage. I know we kind of questioned the veto a little bit. I know you're not a big fan of the Mirage pick for South Africa. Do you think Tunisia can turn it around here?
From what I saw at Mirage yesterday, no. Because there were some good ideas.
Yeah.
I actually really liked how they were getting mid-control pretty consistently on the T side. My problem is their CT side. It just felt so identical every single round.
Yeah.
Sai is always going to be sitting with that P90, crouched behind default, sometimes under shadow. I did see her do that once or twice, but you know the 2 positions she's going to be. If you can just punish that with some good Molotovs, 2 Molotovs, and you've got A-Site for free every round. Our match MVP, I'm excited to say it actually, that's 2 SSB, just because we kind of came into this series talking about the AWP diff, talking about how it's going to be the riflers, it's going to be Casey, you know, who's doing a lot of the work. It's going to be IHS, it's going to be Avo. 2SSB, actually, top of the table.
Yeah, and she was actually getting the majority of her kills with the rifle. Like she had like back-to-back 3K entry rounds, which didn't actually result in South Africa winning a round, which I think is crazy to me, to be honest. But I think she had a great game. I think Avo was brilliant as well. I think Avo's variance in the cooling, especially on CT side, needs a lot of praise and needs a lot of attention because it really undid Tunisia in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's going to be our first map concluded to decide who's going to Riyadh. South Africa 1 map away. Their map choice of Mirage coming up next. Map 1 went the way of South Africa. The map pick of Tunisia. That was Dust 2. We now go to Mirage. Brandon, a map that Tunisia won yesterday against Egypt. South Africa picked into it. We've kind of set the stage that we feel that they've studied Tunisia's game plan. What can Tunisia do to force that third?
Just be a bit more proactive. I want to see just variance in the setups. I think that's the big thing that we kind of highlighted, not only yesterday on Mirage against Egypt, but Dust 2 here, it was evident that once they felt they had a winning formula, they'd just stick with it. And there was no sort of direct sort of nature to really change the game plan. And that really needs to kind of come from within here for Tunisia. And they need to just sort of sort it out because on the CT side, you can become incredibly predictable, incredibly readable. Avo. Hey, look. The jump throw works.
I actually want to keep an eye on how these are landing. And whether... Actually, I don't know if we're playing on the patch or not.
We will.
Yeah. So they've done well landing theirs.
Good stack.
3 players lie in wait. Fast for South Africa. IHS, Megs, both getting a kill. Dina Croft gets 1 from that 3rd position, but without her teammates finding anything. South Africa run rampant. Tita will get 1. Sai, she can win this one. We're in a 2-on-2. It's awkward. Needs to find this kill on the Casey. Can't get it done. Falls now to Tita. She's good. She's finished off. And the pistol goes the way of South Africa.
Yeah, something that South Africa couldn't have done in Dust 2 is win a pistol. Suddenly they grab one here on Mirage. Insta windows being lined up yet again. I'd love also something to change for Tunisia. Sort out your buy-in habits. Like let's have everyone eco. Let's have everyone buy at the same intervals because it was messy on Dust 2.
I do think we are going to see a full eco here. We've got a HE. That can be thrown down.
I heard the jump throw there.
Okay, it landed. There's clear fast short. Getting spammed with the smoke, but that's not going to deter them. Quick as you like it. They'll be getting in momentarily.
Is there ever a world where we see South Africa just go mid to B until it doesn't work?
I mean, we've seen them do like similar rounds over and over again. Anubis, for instance, yeah. Joseph B on the farm. Oh, Lazy with the Zeus. Hey, she got the kill. Let's go.
A Zeus in the grand final.
That's what you want.
Unfortunately, it just doesn't matter, but at least she gets $100 in the kill bonus, so pays back half the Zeus.
Yeah, well, more importantly, you've removed $2,000 plus, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's always worth it to get a kill rather than not getting a kill. It's all about the opportunity cost, you know? It's not just what you get, but what you remove.
It's a Mac 10.
Yeah, but it's also armor. It's $2,000. Well, actually be more than that because you buy an AK, you presume. So, always worth it.
Boost up. Mid to B. We're going to get this every round until it doesn't work, guys.
Groundhog Day. Yeah, why not? Avo gets that one. Lazy. Can't convert the spray.
That's so wild. IHS just runs forward with the bomb out.
This is winnable. IHS is low. Smoke, though, lands in window. It's landed on the outside, but everything is smoked off right now. Which doesn't make it easier. Molly a little too early. Time ticking. Might be a kid on site, but not on these players. Now Megs will confirm with a kill on the side. Lazy, yeah, you're done for. Bit too indecisive, I feel. You either needed to go for that immediately or just save.
And Tunisia haven't been saving. I think they saved one round in D2, and like that was it, really. So I think it probably just makes the most sense if you just save at that point, because sure, it is a 3-on-2, but regardless, you just want to kind of keep your economy still stable. This is kind of what I was speaking about. And you're now getting an MP9 brought forward out of Lazy. That's the only investment. Like, I don't hate it because you are on like the full loss bonus. P90, XM, all the weapons.
No, they've sold.
Good.
So they're going to be keeping a little bit of spare money
in reserve. That's good.
for that next round.
Mid to B, anyone?
This is just where you just go fast A.
Fast A, and then you go back to mid to B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You throw in that little, okay, no, we can go this way. Keep them guessing.
You expect them to stack B. Like, I would expect them to stack B. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense here for South Africa.
Yeah, they're going to have one lurk player go through mid, most like, and then the rest are just going to hit onto the A-bomb site.
I like that it's the same utility as well, because it will keep them guessing. And look, Tunisia are forced to react to this. You're never going to be ready for ramp.
Well, they're already up now. Molotov lands over. 2 players to deal with towards the stairs. Avo looking to be the one that does that. Successfully gets to Megs, catches the player at jungle. And they're cleaning up this half investment with ease. No casualties.
Yeah, very impressive. And exactly what we said. Now you just go back to mid to B, surely. Like, that's got to be the game plan. TNG can buy an AWP Kevlar. Like, wouldn't be having any utility, but I wouldn't hate that. Out of TNG, I think TNG's had a really slow start to the game, and something's got to change. But she's not bought, and we haven't seen the timer move, which gets me concerned.
Yeah, I would like to see that all come out for sure. With her spawn, she could even take it short, perhaps, which I think would be a really nice way to use that AWP early.
Yeah.
Especially because you can't blow that window smoke, so you need to go somewhere where you will have that line of sight. So I think short, given how much South Africa put pressure on towards middle, would be a great idea. That way you get that information really early too. So you can make sure that that's not the intended destination. And then you can focus your players on the apartments also.
I think South Africa have realized that the key to winning these rounds is grouping
Yeah.
and just playing as aggressive as you can, because it really disorientates Tunisia, who want to get set up, who want to feel like, okay, we've got this piece of map control. Now we're going to go over here, rather than, oh my God, what's going on? Like, they've taken all this space. We don't know where we're going. We don't know how to move. How do we react to this? Oh, everyone's dead. And
Tunisia are very much a flowchart team. It's very much A to B to C to D. Where and we saw that not working sometimes when Egypt was bringing that chaos in, right? That's when Tunisia were faltering, and South Africa are a team that can just bring that chaos, but if they can do it in a controlled manner, that's what Egypt didn't have. So, yeah, that pace, that overwhelming, catching those timings, that's what South Africa are going to look to exploit.
And we're already seeing just sort of differences between Dust 2 and Mirage as well from South Africa. Like, they are playing a lot more reserved in the after plant. They're making sure they've got their trade spacing on point and they're not overextending too much, which is what was allowing Tunisia back in that game on Dust 2. And for Mirage, they're making sure that they don't have the same mistakes.
Yeah, this sort of start from South Africa is kind of what we've come to expect. Getting control of the economy early.
Hello.
Hello. Our voice is not in the reader either, so it's just awkward.
It's just us saying hello.
We're just watching. Hello.
It's like ultimate people watching.
Yeah.
What are these guys talking about?
They're talking about how Tunisia can win this next gun round. He's arguing about the decision to buy an AWP.
P90.
The other guy's like, no, Sai's going to buy a P90 and it's all over.
It's going to go default over at A.
Haven't actually seen that yet.
No, true.
So that's good. What's the number we're looking at here for Tunisia on this CT side? Given their T side has been their strength.
7.
You think they need more sides on their weaker half?
Yeah.
Can you justify that?
They need all the rounds they can get.
Yeah, obviously.
8.
I think 5 is a reasonable number to work with.
No,
their stronger side, well, just build into the narrative,
okay,
please. Don't just build into it, yes, South Africa's better. Build into the narrative.
Sure.
Tunisia's strength has been their T side.
Okay.
So I think 5 gives them something to work with, they get that pistol.
They're going to get 8 on T side.
They're going to get 8.
Because they need 8 if they get 5.
Yeah, sure. It's the strongest side, so I think... Can they build back to 5? Gives them a chance.
I think they need more, but we'll have to wait and see. Fast play this time through middle. It's going to be Connector, and it's Avo with a quick headshot immediately. South Africa up the ante. And how's that not a kill on TNG? I Hate Jess gets legged. Lucky to be alive.
Easy. Oh, that's an adjustment. Doesn't quite connect. Great HE, yeah. Lazy's going to be overwhelmed, though, by these players pushing jungle. Bomb has been planted. Right, just is low, but you've got all of the CTs grouped towards Ticket. IHS spotted, dealt with. And they know a player is stuck behind default. Even a smoke going forward, that might even actually help 2SSB. Flash over, blinds everybody. But now 2SSB is tucked.
There's no kit.
No kit, no time. Yeah, you've got to save. They're trying to go for it, but they're not going to be able to. There's just no way in, and that AWP's going to be lost.
This is way worse, the fact that you've given it a go and you've lost absolutely everything. TNG even dies to the bomb. No AWP, no money, no rifles. That's devastating.
Yeah, we see this a lot. I feel like they don't have someone in the team that is calling
save.
Stop, save, yeah, back out, exit, cancel. They give every round to go, and while that can be good in certain circumstances, in a lot of the times, it isn't. We've seen that twice already. It was the 2-on-3 on the B bomb site where they sat around market waiting for the smokes to fade, where it's just physically impossible to win the round.
Well, the thing is with this one is it's a 3-on-3. You know that 2 players are in towards jungle.
And it's physically impossible to win the round. There's no time.
Because they waited 20 seconds for progressive.
Exactly. So if you got to either go instantly or just call it off. It's indecision that's costing Tunisia considerably.
We said, what's this going to look like when they go down a map? Because they haven't got down a map in the lower bracket. And it's not look great. What is going on here?
Well, they're having fun with it. Very serving up a pizza.
It's such a shame because they get that kill on the 3-on-3 and literally the bomb's just gone down.
Yep. If they had one of those players going through mud hole instead.
I think we're back to mid to B.
Smoke missed. One of 5.
Laser's got to hold on here. They're already scaling. Next is in ladder. This is ridiculous tempo.
They're aware of it though, so it's not going to be any sort of element of surprise. TNG should be aware. Tita called off though. IESF gets that kill. Megs does catch TNG. She just spammed her out. So now you can just go, hey, you found 2 kills on that side of the map. TSSB continues her lurk and will get the kill. She's ready for a second player. Spots her as she drops, so now they can go anywhere. Sai lies in wait. Sai gets 2. Her P90 always good for the multi on A, but it's too little too late.
Yeah, what a shame. Because she had a really good reaction there to push ramp, take space, just have that initiative to say, okay, well, I can't see them or hear them outside of A. This might be another mid to B. We've seen them in ladder. It's just Tunisia, again, hanging around in middle when they don't need to be. This fight in connector, unnecessary from Tita, just needs to back out.
Yeah, when the smoke fades, she needs to disconnect from that situation because she has no support and she knows that they've swarmed mid. They have the info that they're up in towards ladder room, so...
It's just individual.
Yeah, Tita just shouldn't physically be there when she has no support. If there was a flash or something, maybe. Now we're getting some aggressive. This is what we want to see. Bit of tempo setting. It is with the MP9s, but hey, it's an opening kill.
But you've seen 4. You've seen 4, so now you just go B.
Can they get another onto Casey? No, they can't. It costs them. And now you don't have B. They send 4 players onto the flank. If they'd send 3 up through short, they could have cut off the B. That's a good kill. There's the player advantage. Not a kit though. And Meg spots 1, low HP. Sai picks up the AK, so does Lazy. If they go fast, trade off TNG. There's a way into this. Megs gets the kill, Avo as well, now there's not. Lazy, no chance. Can't even get out.
Brilliant from Avo. Puts a molly down on the right-hand side of short, funnels them into the crossfire. So make sure that Megs and Avo are both shooting 2 targets at once. Really important. And the decision-making as well. You saw 4 players, good info from IHS. 4 players push mid. Okay, well, we go B. And it's just instant. That's your difference. That's your difference you're getting. That's why South Africa are running away with this.
I did like this a lot, though. It's something we haven't seen out of Tunisia. It's a shame it comes out in this half buy round. I hope we do see some of that on the buy round, some sort of initiative taking, whether that's just a push-down rab, whether that's a setup in the apartments, or whether it's the same old default, which it is. Sai, M4, going to calm this over, but she's in a committed position all alone on the bomb site, and she's going to get absolutely destroyed. Now they can just scale through to CT as they've taken that player down. All the space is theirs. Bombs to be planted. Just call it an 8.
Lazy TNG both get kills apiece. This is a 3-on-3. The stack coming in towards CT. 2 SSB just waiting to default.
Where's Tita?
There's just
She's
no
in sandwich.
util.
She dropped down.
There's no kit, there's no util. But there's that backstab.
No kit. There is one on the site. They can pick that up. You can see that. It was on the body of site. They need a cross to pick it up. A tap on the bomb. Tina Croft's looking for it. They get the kill. Megs can't find it, and they will get the defuse. Call that one a caster curse. That is our first round on the board for Tunisia. And it stays at 7 for South Africa.
Yeah, really well done. Just the fact that you can get in towards sandwich there, and South Africa were none the wiser, fighting through connector very early.
Did they not have flashes into CT there?
They did. I think they threw 1.
Because this is a great entry kill. Okay, yeah. She just manages to get one while she's blind.
And TNG comes around the corner at the time that the flash just doesn't affect.
Yeah, 2 big kills from TNG with that AWP. Not done yet. Mid-smoke missed. It's in spawn. A re-smoke towards window. This one looks like it will hit.
Casey's just out. And it's pushing Palace. Sai's got no idea. They need to come back and clear this.
Yeah, she's finding everything clear.
Oh, that smoke is accidentally amazing.
Doesn't matter. She's just going to extend through, gets the kill, and she keeps going. IHS catches off Lazy. Tunisia unsure, pressure everywhere. There's that AWP going to be smoked off as well. But now the Palace player can activate. Sai gets hers, Dina Croft as well. And a falls to Casey and Megs, who have good positioning. Bomb recollected by Megs. TNG, though, catches another. That AWP is doing it all.
Go
But
big.
Megs has isolated the gap.
Nice.
Knows the player was short, knows TNG has extended. You can see that information goes both ways. TNG going to slow clear at this fight. If we can get on the Meg's POV in this 1v3, she's the player we need to watch. She's the one that has to make the play here. All eyes on Megs. And she can't convert it onto Sai.
That's indecision again from Megs. You've got the info, right? One CT, one short, one like Palace ramp. You got to make the play, whether that's isolating the short fight, whether that's just going in towards CT and trying to scale. You got to do it instantly. And again, it's hesitation in these moments. She's really hoping that Tunisia will overextend, overstay their welcome. They don't. They don't need to. That's the one thing Tunisia are really good at doing, is staying in the same spot and not moving.
That's true. TNG, so many impactful rounds. That's 2 in a row, which has got the multi-kill with the AWP. It's been that difference maker. She might even be the opener. No, window smoke lands. Looks like she does want to blow it and go for a P. Casey, again, looking for this crawl out. Good molly to offset this player. Can't find her at triple.
There's 2 here.
It has 2 now set on default. TNG just swings over. This was the AWP diff we were talking about on Dust 2. We're seeing it on Mirage. Dina Croft punishes that boost up. Even a dink onto IHS. It's taken them 7 rounds to wake up, but Tunisia are in the server.
But also South Africa just stopped doing what was winning them rounds. They've stopped being progressive. They've tried to play a little bit more default, and it just hasn't worked. And they were getting punished like this on Dust 2. I don't know why they've changed the style of their rounds, because it was working. There's still a way in to be here. But Lazy needs to come over these rotates. Surely she can hear the utility.
She's guaranteed one from the spot, like, every single day. Oh, no, Meg.
Stop. Stop doing it.
Brutalizes her on the entry. A hard open. But Tita, able to walk through. Meg's cleared her, but Tita catches the timing to walk in. So now the bomb will have to be planted. And it's a 2-on-2 player extending through short. AWP from TNG. Hunting, spotting, can't get it. IHS with the headshot. Oh, make it 2.
What a round. What a round. 2v4 in essence. And Megs just deals out the opening kills, and IHS just swings and closes. That is absurd.
That one looked like it was going to be Tunisia. They got all the opening kills.
Yeah. But what did? They didn't rotate. And Lazy's comm the flashes, and the rotates are just so far away. Again, you're at this point where you're just leaving players so often over at A when you don't need to. You need to be a lot more fluid just in this mid-round. It's just not there.
Got a side throw in HE. She would have been guaranteed a kill, or maybe even 2 there. Oh, this round might even be done before we get to see it. A fight in middle. They've left the bomb in spawn, but they're just running over everyone anyway. Shouldn't be an issue. They know where this last player is. Lazy. Yeah, you are done for. An AWP lies in wait on B. Casey lies in wait in jungle. That was a very quick round.
Yeah, we literally got back in game and like 3 players had died.
Yeah.
This could be the most dominant first half I think we've seen all Casablanca. Second map of the grand final here. Could be 10-2.
Question the idea of South Africa picking into a map that Tunisia have first picked in a couple of series, but clearly have a good read on how Tunisia want to play and their play style. It's like scissor versus rock. South Africa are rocking their way to Riyadh. 4 rounds. That spot is theirs.
Only one team can make it through. Backs against the wall. Tunisia desperate to secure this round. To give them something, anything. You asked for 5, I asked for 7. They've currently got 2. That's the difference between 7 and 5.
This guy. That's why he's the brains of the operation.
Oh, TNG. Oh no. Was that worth it? We'll have to find out.
Not when she's been such an important part of the piece for Tunisia.
Look at this variance, by the way. Palace. That's now the next play.
Ah, Tita. Oh.
Right, yeah, we know you're there. Every round in default.
You're always there. You can't act surprised.
They were watching yesterday. They did their homework.
You can see from the cameras, the Tunisian players, that pressure feels bad. I think
Something's happened.
there was a tech. I mean, the damage has been done.
Yeah.
The opening kill happened, 40 seconds ago.
If damage has been done, then damage has been
that's
done.
always been the rule, but I don't think that's the rule here because we replayed the pistol round in the last map.
True.
So I think
I wonder if TNG got the kill and timed out.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It did seem from their reactions that they were a little off by that round, so I don't know. Not a great way for the last round to end.
No, definitely not.
We'll see what happens now, whether that is going to be attempted to be rerun or... I personally don't think it should.
No, it shouldn't be.
Damage, I don't think the pistol
Tunisia
should
got
have
the
been the other
opening
round.
kill.
Yeah. There is clearly a tech issue. We do have admin taking a look over at Tunisia. Yeah, it's not a great time for that to happen.
No, definitely not.
I mean, if it affected all players, then that is very unfortunate. That I don't.
Let's be, Lucy. I'm just gonna be brutally honest.
Matter.
9-3, 10-2. Like what?
What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
I mean, if Tunisia do stake a claim here, they are able to come back. Then I will personally apologise, but I can't see it happening in the manner of the way these rounds are being won. Like,
No,
it's not. South Africa are in a different league right now.
Yeah, for all I've said about the T side of Tunisia, I don't think it's on the sort of level to pull off that sort of comeback. I think it's enough that they could potentially post up the majority of the rounds in that half. I think they could get 7 T side rounds. I don't think they can get 10. I don't think they can get 9.
The difference is as well is you got to factor in the pistol, because if they can't win the pistol here, if South Africa win the pistol, they basically won the game. So they've got complete control of the economy early.
Yeah, at that point you have to force back if you're Tunisia and hope you win that, and then you reset their economy and you have that way in. I mean, that's how Dust 2 started, right? They got off to a good start on that T side, reset the economy early. We're up 4-1. But when the guns came out for the CTs, that's where things got tricky. We saw the way that South Africa were playing that CT side of Mirage. It was all about mid control, and focusing on that single choke point. I think they're going to completely lock out mid here.
Yeah, they are.
Tunisia's game plan, if you watched earlier in the tournament, it was very mid-focused on their CT side.
Yeah.
They were able to get that control. That was the game plan. So you assume that South Africa will want to try and take that fight for them, bully them out of that space.
How many times was I screaming yesterday for Egypt to fight mid? Like, I don't know. I felt like I exhausted myself just saying, just fight middle, for goodness sake. Have that variation. Push in. Get aggressive. South Africa are going to do that. And it won't just come through middle. It'll come through the extremities as well. It'll come through ramp. It'll come through Palace. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what is happening.
Yeah, so I imagine we're having a dispute about whether that round should be replayed. So I'm not sure what the official rulebook states. Maybe there isn't a specific clause, and that's why there's some discussion around this. But the traditional sense in most high-level CS is if damage has been done, the round is live.
Yeah. And that's how it should be.
It removes the ambiguity, right?
Yeah.
And
especially when you got the opening kill. Like.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But, if she got the opening kill and then the rest of the players, you know, all have a problem at the same time,
it's
you know,
different,
that's
yeah.
very different. But yeah.
We will have to wait and see. South Africa, though.
I don't think it's a big deal for South Africa to replay it, as you mentioned. I don't think 9 or 10 rounds matters to them, so to speak.
For all intents and purposes as well, they are just literally like 2 steps away from qualifying.
They'll
to
probably
Riyadh.
win the rerun of it anyway, if there is one.
Of course, this is the final of the CS2 women's tournament. The final of the CS men's is tomorrow.
Yeah, did you see the bracket for that? I think it's played out the same way as ours has.
Okay.
Let me bring it back up. Sorry, you'll have to give me a second
that's
just to bring it up. But I'm fairly certain they have the same teams
That's cool.
that have qualified through in the same fashion. So where are we? African Championship for men's. Yeah, so I believe, if I look at the bracket here, yeah, Tunisia versus South Africa is the grand final, and then the third place decider is between Namibia and Egypt. So
That's
they
really
could end up
cool.
with the same top 3, technically, and I think they likely will. I think Egypt is the stronger team, from what I hear. Actually, I don't know. Egypt did beat them in the... Yeah, Egypt beat them. Yeah. So Egypt should be favored. It should be the same top 3, which would be really funny.
That's really cool, yeah. Imagine that. It's like it's the CS2 men's and it's the CS2
Oh, it
women.
might not be, actually. They have an interesting grand final. Tunisia beat South Africa in the group stage.
Okay.
2-1.
Spicy.
So that's very spicy.
Yeah, Neo and Anders will be running you through that tomorrow. Here, we still lie in wait, nervously anticipate what the outcome is, whether we are going to just continue play right now, whether the tech issue is going to be resolved. Sai's having a giggle.
Well, at the very least, you know, for Tunisia in particular, it's a moment of respite where, you know, the pressure has been on this entire map, and you feel like every round you lose is one step away from, was it close to elimination, right?
Yeah.
One step away from losing the opportunity to go to Riyadh. So you feel that pressure mounting every single moment. Now there's just this reprieve. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. This reprieve. I don't know where the camera is.
I don't know either.
There's this reprieve somewhere.
Where are you, camera?
I don't know. It's looking at me, though. It's over here somewhere.
Hey, guys.
No, it's over there.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, this is awkward.
Oh, hello.
We're
This
here.
is-
Do you see?
It
Oh, hey,
was
South
Africa
Africa.
waving at us.
Hello. They think we're actually waving at the screen.
Yeah,
not
we're
them.
actually
That's
waving at us,
That's so
guys.
awkward. Oh, well, it's not awkward. It's nice.
It's fine.
We're all friends here. That's one of the cool things about this event is, you know, the community.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we have all these nations coming together of players that we know, you know, from other teams that they've played in over the years, and it's cool to see them.
I just realised it's definitely that camera there in the corner.
Where?
It is the corner. The guy holding it.
Oh, was he pointing it at us?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, where am I? Where am I looking? But yeah, it's cool to watch these players, you know, year after year.
Thank you to IESF as well for actually bringing us out here on site, because it means a lot, not only for us just kind of explore like the culture, like Morocco in general, but also just having an opportunity to speak with the players, because that's something with ESL Impact. It's like we're not on site much, so it's good to be able to kind of just speak to them and just get, I don't know, just grow personalities and like just kind of develop friendships with them.
Yeah, no, it's a really important part of the community, right? Because not to big us up, we're the storytellers, right? You know, we're the ones that kind of paint the pictures, give you the storyline.
We don't write the script.
We don't write the scripts. We just tell it, and you know, getting that first-hand experience, being able to talk with the characters that make up our stories. You know, get to know them better. Allows us to give you a better experience.
It's even like talking to some of the Egypt players. It's like I'd never have the opportunity to do that.
No.
Like at all. So the fact that we've got to do it twice, first in Yash, now here in Casablanca.
How
really
good's
cool.
Riyadh's going to be? Like,
I know.
so many different countries are going to be there.
I'm so excited for Riyadh.
I think it's like 600 teams, like just across every esport is going to be at that event.
Yeah.
I mean, the scale of it for the women's Counter-Strike this year compared to, it's like over double the
over
size.
double,
like it's really cool. Like it's going to be a proper World Championship, which obviously what the point is, but just the scale of it is incredible. I really
if it's getting bigger every year, like
I think that's gonna be the highlight of the year. I know Yash last year was our highlight of the year.
Absolutely.
Like just that event and the whole setting for it, the
CS
stage,
orchestra.
the CS orchestra. That
I mean,
was
come
cool.
on.
The display they did with the drones.
That was
How
awesome.
sick was that? The Dutch team winning and then going on stage
Arvin van Buren,
on the other side. How cool was that?
We managed to get backstage.
Yeah, we were backstage.
We were
that
chilling.
was also
Yeah,
super
that was
cool.
also
But
cool.
like,
what a great experience for the Netherlands
yeah,
players.
creating memories. If you haven't seen that footage, guys, you should go look
Go
it up.
look.
Team Netherlands, IESF.
They got recognised as well in the. Correct me if I'm wrong, Netherlands fans, if you're watching, but I remember like the Twins' dad was telling me that they got sort of like an award by like the government.
Yeah, I think they did. That does
Yeah.
sound right.
Which
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah. No, it's very different to kind of the traditional esports where it's all, like organization based. It's all very private
Yeah.
equity kind of stuff. When it's national based, you have that link into your government's esports organization. It adds this level of prestige, right?
It
Where
does.
you're not just representing your team, you're representing your entire country, which comes with it a different type of pressure, but also a different type of reward. And you can see South Africa, they're very happy to be here. Megs is happy to be here, even if she doesn't always look like it. She's just a stone cold killer.
True.
Ice cold, in and out the server.
Meggy Weggy.
And yet she goes by Meggy Weggy,
I
the
know.
most cutesy name. It's like crazy you want to be called Meggy Weggy. And
She's
you
gonna hate
beg
us.
people to call you Meggy Weggy.
She's going to hate us so much.
And then you have such a cool demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me, guys. I'm not Uwu. Secretly am.
It's just like me.
Yeah, I was just
So
thinking.
I got this like cool persona.
Yeah, it's just, I'm always saying this.
Everyone looks at the camera, pans to me, it's like, damn. Just oozes aura.
Okay.
He goes by B-Dog.
V-Dog. No, V-Dog is like, Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
You got that cool name in the way like a 12-year-old in 2005 making their first Xbox account has.
Yeah, true. We don't want to delve into my past gamer tags. We really don't.
Oh, we don't?
No, we don't.
Oh,
No, they
is
were-
this some juicy ones?
They're just not very funny.
Oh, okay.
But like I thought they were cool at the time.
You
Like,
got one?
I had iPro at the start of my name once.
iPro.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not saying the end of the
Okay,
end of
cool.
the name. I'll tell you off stream.
Okay. You didn't have any like the XX Sniper 360
No,
no-scope XX?
no.
I had an XX one back in the
So
day.
I don't mind leaking this. I used to go by B-Raws.
Okay, well that's
Because my surname.
your name,
But
yeah.
yeah, but I did that, and then the emo kids were like Raw XD, and then so like I had it RAW.
Everyone thought you were Raw
I was
XC.
Raw XD, but I also had XX, so it's XX B-Rolls XX.
Oh no,
So it's
everyone
just
just
literally
thought you were a
worse.
little scene kid.
I know, and I wasn't. I was just me. I
Yeah.
was just typing my name, dog.
Oh no, scene
that-
kid by accident.
So then I went B-Dog.
No, you just B-Dog.
Yeah, sorry guys, still don't know what the issue is, so now I'm talking about my gamer tags. I'm hoping that the issue's resolved.
Yeah. I think the various coaches from their two teams having a chat about what's going on.
Yeah, about what the go is.
But yeah, headsets are off, so
Definitely not
still
live.
resolving.
Yeah.
So who do you think is winning the whole thing in Riyadh?
Oh, okay.
Give me your top 3 placings.
France.
Number 1.
No, just top 3.
Okay,
I
sure.
don't want to rank them.
Okay,
yet.
sure, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to actually think of all the teams that are going first. France. Do I think Portugal will be up there? I don't.
No,
I
don't
don't
think so.
know.
I
don't
think
know.
their run through the qualifier looked a bit messy
Shaky,
at times.
looked
Yeah.
Really shaky.
Which is surprising considering the caliber of players, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that they've got their record that played together for
Agreed.
so long.
I do think Argentina will do damage again.
I think Argentina are a real dark horse.
I think so. I think Spain are actually quite dark horses as well. I think even though they look good in group stage, I do think they'll like press on.
Yeah,
It
they feel a
depends-
little
it
up and
depends
down
how
to
much
me.
practice they'll have.
That's true.
I can see that. I can see Denmark doing pretty decently. Obviously, Netherlands are going to be up there. It's got to be Poland, Netherlands, France. I think.
You don't think any of the other regions have got it outside of Argentina? You don't think like Team USA, for instance?
I don't think Team USA have got enough. I think they got enough to make playoffs. I think that's another thing.
Team Australia were top 3 last time.
True.
But I think that hinges on whether Bibiane plays.
If Bibiane plays, then yeah, we can have that conversation. But
if she doesn't play, I don't think they can get top 4.
No, agreed. I think Canada have got an okay chance. It depends sort of like how they figure out their structure, because I think like there's a lot of missing pieces there. I think with Team Canada, and they just need to kind of sort it out. Also, I think the biggest interesting question for me, I'll throw it out there now because obviously we're just chilling, we're in podcast mode, is how much will the ESL Impact Season 6 finals have in terms of preparation compared to IESF? It's like how you've got a lot of players that are going to be competing
in both.
So what's the prioritization going to be? Because I would imagine it's probably domestic rather than international. But then how much time do you get to play international? Like, what does the boot camp look like? What does the... You got to now juggle both of these things because...
They're right after each other.
ESL Impact Season 6 finals is like 2 days after the IESF.
Yeah, so that's definitely going to be a factor. And you are expecting... I mean, it'd be very surprising if some of these players, like, for instance, the Na'Vi players will be there, right? There's 5 European slots for the ESL Impact finals. So that's already... the core of Team Poland that's focusing on that. Yeah. Not to mention Poland, D7.
Portugal.
And Astra from Team France. That's 5 players, or 3 teams.
Oh my gosh.
They're going to be affected. All right, guys. It looks like the conclusion is that South Africa do take that 10th round. And we will be playing it out 10-2. I think that's the correct ruling based on how most of these things go.
Casters start game. Okay, here we go. Round 13, 10-2. Lots of utility for both TNG and Dina Croft.
And South Africa are 3 rounds away from securing a spot in Riyadh. And they want to take the fight all the way to Tunisia, pushing through underpass, an opening kill onto Lazy, quickly clearing it, seeing nobody, but A is completely open.
Yeah, and look, the rotations are going to be here in time. Even if they've been smoked off, they've got flashbangs here. IHS to SSB can send the troops forward.
Kid in play as well, flashbang over. Does IHS want to go for this? No. Waiting for these players to come through CT, a gush on the 2SSB, but Avo hits the shot. Avo takes another. And now it falls to Dina Croft and TNG. That bomb down, they need this round desperately. Dina Croft delivers one, but Avo, of course it's Avo, an unstoppable force. Megs will confirm it, and the pistol goes to South Africa.
Yeah, that's the difference, right? 2 pistols taken for Tunisia on Dust 2. On Mirage, on South Africa's pick, they have taken both. And it's Avo at the helm of it all. Huge impact from Avo, the 16-year-old from South Africa, leading the line here and trying to get them one step closer, 1 round closer to Riyadh.
It's got to be a force from Tunisia.
Has to be.
It's the only thing they can do. They got 2 kills, they got the bomb down, they need to reset the economy of the CTs. They have force boarding, we have 2 Khalils, 3 MAC-10s. And if they lose this, it's done. South Africa are on 12 series point, and your money is gone. This is the last stand for Tunisia.
And it's slow. The bomb's in spawn. Mid control taken. Ramp tested.
Avo looking for the fight. KC will actually get one towards ramp. That's on the aggression. Dina Croft brought down low. A flash out from Avo, but TNG full blind. Still gets the kill, but IHS out of nowhere comes in short. Lines up 2. And now it is 2 that stand for Tunisia. Sai and Lazy. Casey, I swear to God, if you don't fix that scroll wheel for Riyadh, another one of these jumps. The bomb grouping towards B, but look at the aggressive push from Megs. She might just cut them off. She's in the perfect place to end it all. There she goes for 1. Sai trades. Picks up that M4. Molotov, if she'd thrown that, would have gone straight onto IHS's position. And I hate Jess. What a round for her. 3 in at 19 on the board and series point for South Africa.
Yeah, rehab point. Really, really good one from IHS. Needed to get those trades. Avo was looking underpass when the flash came over the top, so she was a sitting duck. But it was IHS with all the trades. 3 crucial kills. And now you're at a point where no bomb plant. 2-stage loss bonus. You're going to be forcing back in if you're Tunisia. It's going to be a similar buy. In fact, it might even be a little bit worse.
Yeah, saw the Galils on the board. 3 of them.
Here's that mid-fight.
Yeah, Avo's looking for it. Just going to smoke it off. Deny that control that Tunisia have worked so hard in the past to establish. And they're just defaulting. Spreading across the map, but not getting any space off it.
Great angle here from Megs. Just the new headshot one since CS2 came out. It's not new anymore, but newish. Avo, overlooked.
A half clear.
Yeah, not good enough. Dina Croft, a cursory glance, but it's Avo with the knockout punch. And now we're in this position where, sure, you've got Tita underpass. If Lazy can catch this kill, I think she spotted Avo. Now waits patiently, but it relies a lot on what happens here at ramp.
Avo gets the kill, but Casey and 2SSB at ramp did their job. And again, a 2-on-4 to decide Tunisia's fate. South Africa came into this event as the favorites. And now they look to plant their flag. Lazy spotted towards top middle. Tita pushing forward towards the apartments. Megs wants to take the fight to her and wins it out. Lazy has to go back and get that bomb. 2SSB lies in wait. Looking to deal that knockout blow. Looking to send South Africa to Riyadh. They've done it. Tunisia eliminated. South Africa are your African esports champions.
Yeah, well done. And in Casablanca too, 13-2 dominance on Mirage. And for Tunisia, it maybe have sounded harsh for me saying, look, that scoreline on Dust 2 didn't really reflect the nature of what this looked like. But South Africa then go ahead and prove it on their map pick. They went with Mirage, they came with the game plan, and Tunisia just couldn't hang.
Yep, a no-nonsense victory from South Africa. The sort of Counter-Strike we expected to see from them coming into this. They showcased it when the pressure was on. When they got tested on Dust 2, they came into Mirage, played their best Counter-Strike. And Tunisia, yes, there were moments of brilliance in there, but it was sprinkled throughout, and it wasn't enough to stand against a South Africa to come in with so much individual skill, the team play on point. This was theirs for the taking. Mirage, a lockout.
I think what's brilliant here is that South Africa have got every single player that can step up. And the floor is just so big compared to the other teams that we've got in this competition. I think Megs had a great series where she went a little bit missing on day one. I think 2SSB was brilliant all series long as well. Like, everyone was just chugging along. Everyone was coming in with these multi-kills. They didn't rely on an individual to pop off because everyone was.
Commiserations for Tunisia, who did have a long run here, right? They lose that opening series to Egypt. They have to battle back through that lower bracket every game, an elimination game. They take down the hometown heroes of Morocco. They get that rematch versus Egypt where they're able to get the victory 2-0. But South Africa, nothing but 2-0s on their sheet. They qualify to Riyadh without dropping a single map.
Yeah, that's really impressive from South Africa. I do want to give a lot of praise to Tunisia, though, because I feel like they really do deserve it. I hate Jess, the MVP, deserved. Was getting so many multi-kills, even in the closing stage of that game. Got an important triple kill in the penultimate round of the game. 117 ADR, and that wasn't just on Mirage. D2 was really good from her as well.
Yeah, she was so pivotal on short. You know, she plays a lot of these kind of secondary star rifling positions, and you can see she's really got the talent to back it up. So really impressive performance from her. But the whole squad, as you mentioned, was stepping up at different times. 2SB was the MVP of map 1, but I feel like on map 2, almost every player was like 15 kills plus.
I want to give a really big shout out to Avo as well, because I think Avo's calling and sort of managing in the mid rounds was brilliant and definitely flew under the radar quite a lot because we're speaking about individuals. But look, here's the reality. She's 16 years old. She's IGLing for 80k, which probably means she's IGLing for South Africa, and we're getting all of this variance. Go back, watch Dust 2, look at how many different instances of aggression we got in different forms. And that is brilliant, and that's all from Avo.
Yeah, having Avo and then having Twisted Spear also brings experience to the table as well. You've kind of got a lot of ideas you can work off between them.
She's
so
16!
It's 16, yeah. It's really cool, this mix of old and new, right? Of the fresh talent, the raw aim, and the experience. And that combination, that special formula, that's been enough for South Africa here. We did both pick them as the team that we expected to qualify. And yeah, the script was correct this time, guys. South Africa, they came in as the favorites, and on the today, the favorites prevailed.
Yeah, they absolutely did. And that concludes the CS2 women's just in Casablanca. We've seen Tunisia have come second. We also had Egypt come third, Morocco came fourth, but it's South Africa that are your champions. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching all week long. And until next time, we'll see you soon in Riyadh for the World Esports Championships.